Hello everybody, this is Gabriel. I just wanted to do this crypto update with a cautionary warning note here. Well, I've mentioned it before already. Let's have a look here at the cryptocurrencies at Bitcoin. So what we're basically seeing here is that since the drop, let's make this bigger. Since this drop, we're basically consolidating into a wedge, basically, right? So into a triangular. The pullback, like the recovery, I mean, so this is a huge wick, right? But the price recovery has been really weak, right? So we don't actually see a price coming back up here. It's staying down here. And that's a bit of a problem of concern. Well, we've got, that's a forward chart. So this is an H1 S1 pattern short. There's another short pattern, and this is another short pattern. This concerns me a little bit, right? That's an S1 short pattern that has triggered, and we're just falling outside of this lower boundary of this triangular. I'm not trading triangulars because they're not reliant enough. Well, what is known with triangulars is that they tend to break the borders of these triangulars, and then they come back. So we see breakout failures quite a bit. And often what happens quite a bit as well is that we see first a breakout failure to one side and then it goes to the other side. Well, that's what we're seeing here actually. And price has been moving here into the into this how do you call that? I mean, it's getting smaller and smaller, right? The passage of the bars, and basically that's what was happening here. The bars were squeezing, and this breakout, well, this breakout created a failure outside of this diagonal line, and then a rebreak. So and we have a couple of stop run levels. I mean, these are fantastic stop run levels to the downside, right? Well, we could see a bull step in here. Well, then this is the breakout failure, and then we could see a huge run to the upside, at least to the 200 and even higher. Well, the longer this takes now, well, the least I'm convinced that this is going to happen. So why that? Well, here on the daily chart, we can see how disappointing this price recovery is, right? So after this big bar, well, we saw as a price recovery, well, it only went to the 200 moving average, nothing more, right? So it's not a strong recovery. And then it got immediately rejected. It went really low. And then another price recovery. Well, it was held by the eight support, let's call it support, and the other way down, then another rally, and then it came up again. Well, it didn't even touch the 21, so that's a lot of weakness. I don't like that a lot, right? And this is the S1 pattern, well, we'll see how that turns out. It's very unreliable, as I said, these diagonal these triangle type of patterns. I'm not a classic pattern chartist. I think this is what they call a wedge, right? And a wedge is a trend following continuation. We'll see. Well, let's have a look here, right? Or here. I think the monthly chart is taking over. And on the monthly chart, well, we can see that there is room, right? Room to go lower. We only touched the 8. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a third black bar that goes in here. Maybe it comes back to test this high, but this high is 20,000. So that means that we see another big drop. And it could touch the 21 and it could spike towards the 20,000. I'm happy if that happens, right? Well, this will provide me the opportunity to get really great entries into some of those coins that will be selling off tremendously. Price could even come back to the 10,000 level, which was the original long-term buy signal right here, right, in July. It could come back and test this level, and it's still in an uptrend, because all this is a consolidation and it just touches the breakout level, the flat line. And if it does, well, then in hindsight we can say that this was a momentum move, right? This was a stop run move, taking out this stop, and and it was just it was an extended stop run move. And when this is a stop run move, well, we can expect an extended pullback, right? At least to the 21, and it could even dip to the 10,000. It would still be a bullish case. Only if price drops below this wick, this Corona spike wick low. If this is basically happening, well, then I will be questioning whether this bull case is over in cryptocurrencies. Then something is really wrong. But I mean, within all this, it's all good, right, for the bulls. However, I don't want to be invested, right, when it drops now here from 37 to possibly 20 or 10. And I'm taking my precautions. I had entered in some of those altcoins. I re-entered that have shown a strength, but I'm not really convinced. I mean, we could see anything happen here, right? If we see that this one here, if this gets broken, well, let's just move the stop. If we see a break of this high, well, then I'm completely bullish again, right? But price needs to get there, and it has shown weakness. This is a lower high, this is a lower high, this is a lower high. Well, if a higher high is made above this one, well, then I'm bullish again. Otherwise, unfortunately, I'm bearish for the time being. Let's have a look here at these other big coins like Ethereum. Well, same picture, right? We only came back to the 21. Well, Ethereum, especially Ethereum, had made such a great run, right? Well, it's way overextended right here on these higher time frames. I'm looking more now at the monthly charts, right? And on the monthly chart, I mean, this is due for a pullback, right? Here from 2,300 to at least 1,100, so it could halven quite a bit. I got out really well here out of Ethereum. Some of the altcoins I didn't get out that well, but I'm happy, right? And we'll see what happens. You should be happy too, and not get stuck in a long-term position. Now let's have a look. Something that is that draws my attention as well. Like some of these altcoins. Well, it's the same picture. We had this tremendous sell-off and a recovery, but this recovery has basically plotted a couple of S1 short patterns. You see, that's an S1 short pattern here, and we might actually, and here it's testing the 21, and we might actually see a second run lower. That's IOTA. Let's have a look at NEO. Well, that's an S2 forex pattern short, right? Classic pattern. We could see lower prices. Let's have a look at this one. Sky, another S2 current forex pattern. What about this 1 inch S1, right? S1 pattern, nicely testing the 21 and this flat line testing from below. I don't know what's going to happen, right? It might re-break. Well, if it re-breaks, this is another S1, right? But it more looks like this is going to happen. So we've got an S1, a smaller S1 on one time frame lower below this daily S1, right? And interesting times. Anyway, I'm seeing more and more weakness coming in, and I'm not prepared to watch these stop run levels to be taken out overnight, right? I'm rather prepared to be patient and see what happens if this high gets broken, and then if this high gets broken, and then there's a good chance that we make a stop run move to the upside, and that would offer good opportunities, right, on both sides. Otherwise, I'm patient. So that's it for the time being. Thank you.